You know, it's one of the most famous stories in the entire world. I mean, it's shaped cultures for what, 2,000 years now? But when you get past all the carols and the decorations, how well do we really know the story itself? Okay, let's dive into it. We're going to break down the Christmas story into its essential pieces, using a really simple, plain English version as our guide. So let me ask you straight up, if you took away all the holiday traditions, could you lay out the actual plot points of the story? Let's give it a shot. We'll walk through it together. You see, the whole thing kicks off not with some big public event or a royal decree, but with a quiet, private, and honestly, pretty shocking announcement. So our main character is a young woman named Mary, and from everything we know, she was just living a totally normal, ordinary life in a small town. She had absolutely no idea that a very unexpected visitor was about to change, well, everything. And then, boom, an angel delivers this message. I mean, it's an absolute bombshell. It's not just, you're gonna have a baby. It's the identity of the baby. Jesus, the Son of God. This right here, this is the moment that sets the entire story into motion. Now, her reaction, it's completely human. The text says she was confused. And I mean, who wouldn't be? But what's so crucial is what she does next. Even though she's confused, she accepts. She says she's willing to do what God wants. That single act of faith is just key to the whole narrative. The angel also gives Mary a little sign to show this is all real. Her older cousin Elizabeth is also miraculously pregnant. So Mary goes to visit her, and you can just imagine this moment, right? It's this powerful confirmation. Two women, both with these impossible pregnancies, just sharing in the joy and shock of it all. Okay, so the promise has been made, and now the story kind of shifts gears. We move from that divine announcement to a really tough journey that leads to the main event. So, because of a government census, Mary, who is now very pregnant, and her husband Joseph have to travel to their family's hometown, Bethlehem. And it's a long, hard trip. It's there, far away from home, that her baby, Jesus, is finally born. All right, so let's just do a quick recap of where we are. We've had the angel's visit, the long journey to Bethlehem, and then the birth itself. 3 major points. But trust me, the story is far from over. Because this birth, which happened in this little town, it doesn't stay a secret for very long. The news starts to ripple out. And what's so fascinating is who gets the big announcement first. It's not the rich or the powerful people. The first ones to hear are a group of local shepherds, just regular working guys out in the fields. And that detail is seen as really significant, kind of suggesting this news is for everybody, starting with the most ordinary people. Then, a completely different group of visitors shows up. These are the wise men, sometimes called the Magi. Think of them as scholars or astronomers from faraway countries in the East. And they weren't tipped off by an angel, they were guided by their own knowledge. They followed a bright star in the sky that led them all the way there. And it's these wise men who, totally by accident, introduce a really dangerous new character into the story. And suddenly, the whole mood shifts from hope to, well, real danger. See, before they found Jesus, the wise men made a quick political stop. They went to the local ruler, King Herod, asking where they could find this newborn king. Well, for a powerful and frankly super paranoid ruler like Herod, news of a new king was the worst thing he could hear. The text says he was deeply troubled. And this slide just lays out the 2 completely opposite reactions perfectly. For the wise men, it was all about awe, worship, bringing gifts. For King Herod, it was all about fear, deception, and doing anything he could to hold on to his power. So this threat from Herod pushes the family into the next phase of the story, a desperate escape to keep the child safe. The escape basically happens in 4 stages. First, Joseph gets another divine warning in a dream, telling him to get out of there. That leads to a frantic, middle-of-the-night escape to Egypt, where the family essentially lives as refugees. They have to stay in hiding there until they get word that King Herod is finally dead. Only then can they make that long journey back home. So the really crucial thing to get here is that this story is not just a peaceful, quiet nativity scene. No way. It's a complete story with a real dramatic arc. It starts with a divine promise, goes through incredible danger and political threats, and ends with a hard-won, narrow escape to safety. So you might be wondering, where did we get this specific telling of the story? Well, it's a plain English version that was put together by the Bible Society. It's for an initiative they call The God Who Speaks. And as you can see, their goal isn't just to tell the story, but to encourage people to celebrate it, to actually live out its values, and to share it. It's all about connecting this ancient text to our lives today.
And that really brings us to the final question. When you peel back all the holiday layers and just look at the core story, a surprise birth, a terrified political leader, and a family becoming refugees just to find safety, what does that 2,000-year-old story of hope and danger actually mean for us right now? That's definitely something to think about.